So today, a part of our week with Marilyn, I am going to be recreating her makeup look. It's a look that I normally do anyways. I've been kind of practicing her look for years. It's not perfect and it's tailored more to my specific features because, me and her don't have the same kind of face. But I have been kind of like studying what her makeup artist did, what she did, her little tricks and everything. And today I'm just going to be doing a video on, my version of her classic look. And hopefully you guys can get some kind of, knowledge from it. It'll, help y'all out a little bit because, I know not everyone has her face. Usually people that do her style are like trying to look just like her. Well, today I'm doing what looks like me. So yeah, just stay tuned and let me know in the comments if it helps. So I start out using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette for the whole eyeshadow look. I'm using the darkest brown and the color tempura, I believe, for my eyelids. That was usually what Marilyn did. Obviously, she would do kind of like a cut crease look, but like a soft cut crease. And she would actually put white eyeshadow all over her lid, like from her eyelid up to her brow bone. She would put a white. And she used Elizabeth Arden's cream eyeshadows. Unlike Marilyn, my skin is super oily. Everyone's heard that she put Vaseline on her face and everything. I can't do that. But she must have had really dry skin. For me, I couldn't use creams or Vaseline or anything, so I'm just using, powdered eyeshadows, which is, I believe, the only thing you can really buy anymore. And I'm just taking the darkest brown here and making a kind of like outward shape with it, and then I'm blending it with a blending brush to lighten it so it's not so harsh. It looks more natural. It creates more of a shadow effect than like a 60s almost like harsh cut in my eye. And I'm being goofy. And yeah, I'm just trying to blend that out, make sure it's not too harsh. I usually do that anyways whenever I do looks, unless I'm using like a black on my crease. But for Marilyn's look, you want it to be kind of natural. Her whole look is to be like the illusion of a natural makeup look, as much as that would even be possible. And I'm just kind of blending right here. Oh, that is a godsend. My eyeliner, I love this eyeliner. It is the Maybelline Master Precise eyeliner pen. I mean, I know other people must love it because every time I'm at the store, it's sold out. But this is so easy to use. Marilyn's look, while dramatic, was, like I said, still trying to be natural. She, obviously did a very light eyeliner. She actually used two different types of eyeliner. She would use black on her, top, like her top lid or whatever, and then the bottom would have like a brown, which I'll do later in this look. But I just get like a little subtle kind of wing going on. I kept it as straight as possible. I was trying to like emphasize my natural eyelashes. And I think I pretty much accomplished that. I have trouble doing like the straight lashes, like not lashes, the straight winged liner, but I think I did a pretty good job of that. And then we go in with foundation. I use a liquid foundation. It's MAC's Ivory shade liquid foundation. Marilyn, obviously, she used very creamy, very like liquidy products because it made her skin really dewy and it looked good in studio lights. And she actually used a medium ivory shade. So whatever foundation you guys use, if you're like her shade, of course, too, that was the shade she used. She used like a medium ivory tone. I remember reading once that she did not like to tan because she obtained the whole like blonde all over look, I guess. That's what she said in a magazine once, was that it was like she liked feeling blonde all over. I am the opposite myself. I guess I like to feel brunette all over because I like tanning and I like my dark hair. So But yeah, this is just me putting on my foundation and everything. I'm sure you noticed that I put my eye makeup on first. I actually heard that in a YouTube video once. Some makeup artist had done, he always told that he did the eye makeup first and then put foundation on, and I kind of go in around. I don't do the top part of my eye makeup, I just do the like main part of my lid and then fill in with foundation to kind of, you know, in case I mess up, because I often have trouble with my wings, but this time it wasn't that bad. But you know, everybody has trouble with doing their wings, making them even. I also moisturize my lips with Burt's Bees chapstick, because it's just good, it's natural. I like that kind of chapstick a lot. She, you know, was a big fan of moisturizing. She used all kinds of moisturizers. She also used like Ernie Laszlo's moisturizer. And with the eyebrows, she always had a peak to her eyebrows. That was like the look back then. It was, you know, arched. That's like the classic Hollywood starlet, thin arched brows. Hers were a little thicker than some women's. I think, you know, in the 50s, they were in 40s too, they were leaning more towards like a natural look, but still with that kind of pronounced dramatic peak to it. And my eyebrows, I have not tweezed my eyebrows in months, to be honest. Like, I think I might have cleaned them up a little bit before, but whenever I do my eyebrows, I usually just kind of, you know, keep going until everything's even. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. You can see me just doing that a lot and being goofy about it. But, yeah, I just keep going with that until everything's even. And I put some concealer under my eyes because ever since I was a teenager, for some reason, I have like these dark purple bags under my eyes. I guess I'm just perpetually sleepy. I don't know. But that kind of, this is like a e.l.f. cream concealer, so it makes my face right here really dewy looking, because, you know, the natural oils of my skin come through eventually and they kind of highlight. And then I use mascara. It's Benefit They're Real mascara. I love this mascara. I got a sample of it once and just fell in love with it. Marilyn herself used falsies and mascara. She used half falsies though on the outer part of her eye. I do not like false eyelashes myself. I'm not against them, but I find them very difficult to put on, so I just try to emphasize my natural eyelashes as much as possible. But she would buy falsies, cut them in half, and then, you know, have her makeup artist put the thick part on the outer part of her eyelashes to go for kind of like a swoop effect, which, you know, obviously came out with great benefit. Now this is the brown eyeshadow I'm talking about. I could not read what the brand was. I have no idea what brand it is because I've had it for so long and the name has just worn off. But what Marilyn did, which was a neat little trick, I don't pull it off as well because I'm just not good at it. But she would take brown eyeshadow and she would draw a little bit of a wing to create the illusion that her eyelashes were casting shadows on the bottom of her lid. And I think that was just really pretty what she did. It always looked like she had huge eyelashes. And then she would take, you know, a white eyeshadow. I'm using NYX's white liner, but she would use that on her waterline to make her eyes look bigger, and she would also take that same kind of color and put it between the wings here, as you see, and it would make it look like spacier. I don't even remember exactly why she would do that, but I mean, like, if you see pictures of her, you know, like, what she did made it look really good. Now I'm applying this to my brow bone now, but like I said, Marilyn would just go ahead and put white all over her lids from brow bone down to the, like, lashes. But, you know, I don't do that myself, but, you know, it still has the same effect, you know what I mean? I think it looks pretty good. And this is Maybelline's Color Sensation lip liner. It's darker than the lipstick that I'm going to be putting on. I'm sure anybody that knows anything about Marilyn's makeup routine knows that she contoured the hell out of her lips. She would go in with a darker lip liner color and create, like, a kind of shape that I think was unique to her, like a lip shape. A lot of women did like a very pronounced cupid's bow that was kind of wide apart, and she did that kind of the same, but her cupid's bow was almost non-existent. But she would do that. Her lips were very full, like the kind of lip shape she created was super full, super like thick almost, because if you've seen pictures of her without makeup, her lips were a lot thinner. And I'm trying to recreate that on my own lips. Mine slope a lot more than hers do. Trying to build up and put that bit of distance in the cupid's bow that was very common in that time period. And then kind of filling in at the corners. That's where the contour comes in. Filling the corners in with a dark lip liner. And then going in with a red. I'm using my Dita Von Teese lipstick that I bought years ago. I still miraculously have some. I love this color. It's a tomato red kind of shade. It's an orangey red, but not too orange. It's just a perfect shade of red that I love myself. I have always favored this lip color on myself, and I cannot find the shade anymore. I tried to replace it with this color. It's MAC red, which is, it's not the same, but I still love this color, obviously. Marilyn would literally layer her lipstick so much. Like, she said one time that she would wear layers and layers of lipstick because it made her lips feel bigger and more luscious, you know? So, I'm kind of trying to do the same thing. I put 2 layers on, but, you know, off camera, I added a little bit more, just a little bit. And I'm just trying to get the shape, you know, more even and everything, because I was going to go out later after this. Yeah, and this is an old blush. I'm trying to do her blush right now. I've had this blush for so long that it's just, you know, the lid falls off now. And I'm doing what was pretty common of the time period here. I'm just kind of like brushing the blush upwards on the apples of my cheeks, which creates kind of a natural contour. I prefer doing a contour with blush, as opposed to, you know, a darker powder or anything. I'm not pulling a Kardashian today. And yeah, she, of course, is keeping natural with it. Marilyn also, you know, if you've ever seen any of her movies, you notice how wet her lips always looked. And I think that was, you know, due to the studio lights and, you know, the film, her lips were always the first thing I noticed. So I went in with my NYX Butter Gloss Red lip gloss or whatever, and put that on, layered that on to give my lips a nice wet look like hers always were in movies and everything. I actually am a really big fan of this wet look. I think it looks really beautiful, though due to my oily skin, it's kind of hard to maintain without feathering. And then I just set it all with my Urban Decay setting spray. Did not put any setting powder on. I normally do that myself, but since, you know, I was going for her dewy look, my oily skin will definitely shine through in a little bit. And then I added another layer of Benefit They're Real mascara. And then we're gonna go into hair. Now, Marilyn's hair obviously had a lot of, like, style evolutions. She went from her natural, like, brunette color to a platinum blonde, and it went from being like the 40s longer do to like a fashionable 50s shorter haircut, that, you know, evolved over the span of her career up until, you know, the 60s where she had the smoother curls. But I will end up doing like her early 50s style, the longer kind of look that she had that came to her shoulders. And she did pin curls. She would set her hair, she'd roll it like between her fingers and then pin it with some bobby pins. And, you know, that's how she'd set her hair. I'm using foam rollers. I slept in these. And since I have naturally curly hair, I am just going to finger brush my hair out to, you know, get that general shape. You know, I'm already kind of there with it once I've taken the rollers out. But because my hair is so frizzy and curly, I have naturally curly hair, so if I was to take a brush to this, it would have looked like I stuck my finger in an electrical socket. So I just ended up finger brushing it and shaping it a little bit and trying to get the general, like, shape of her hair. Yeah, I'm just trying to smooth things out, kind of get it in shape. And I ended up taking some bobby pins and you know, on the nape of my neck, I don't really like the hair hanging down. I was trying to get more of her shape with a shorter look. So I ended up pinning my, like, the back of my hair up and getting that off of my neck a little bit, or at least getting it more in the Marilyn shape, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of getting that out of the way. I think I only use like 2 or 3 bobby pins. And then hairspray, truly a girl's best friend. I use so much hairspray trying to keep that on the bottom because the curl would have eventually come out and, you know, been all over my shoulders. So I spray generously all over my hair to kind of keep the shape. And I use Aussie. That was what I had left. I usually use Tresemme hairspray and a Stronghold, but, you know, I have like 5 cans of hairspray under my sink, and this is what I decided to use. Just spray all over the, you know, hair, and spray mostly in the right places. So then we're gonna go from the bathroom to the bedroom, where I can start looking for something in my closet that looks like something Marilyn wore. I have a lot of stuff, but it took me a minute to kind of come up with an idea. And I ended up picking out this white dress that I got from Target a few years ago to wear to a concert. And then these hoop earrings that I also got from Target that are like a dead ringer for her Niagara earrings. So essentially this became a rose look from Niagara. It has the same kind of, you know, dress and earrings, and the earrings I actually really like and wear a lot, because they make me think of Marilyn, and they were very popular back then. But I think the look came together well. I think the dress, it's not a perfect fit. I don't think you can buy this dress at Target anymore, but it still, you know, evokes kind of the Marilyn vibe. Just let me know how you feel about it, if you think I did a pretty decent job. I had fun doing this, so, you know, hopefully it helped some people out. Maybe it gave some ideas on how to, like, work with her look. So if you liked it, then just show that you did, and leave a comment if you have any questions or anything like that. And until next time, cheers.